Yo, was good, was good, was good. What it do, what it do? Was good. We are live today. We are live today on IG, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. IG, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. Today, we got a couple videos we're going to watch together. Let me load them up. Couple videos we're going to watch together, break it down together. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And then if there's people that got some film that they want to break down, you already know, join the Discord, add it to the Discord in the film review section. We'll watch it together. All right, let me get to my videos real quick. Boom. 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 All right. Oh. What's good? What's good? What up? All right, we got Rivals one-on-ones, Alabama practice, and we got some Arkansas practice. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Hold on. I think I gotta lower my. There you go. Hold on. Fix the camera real quick. Make sure the camera good. We good. I don't like it being. There you go. All right. First one we're gonna watch Arkansas. I'm gonna just try to find. I'm gonna let this roll for a little bit. See if I answer some questions in the chat. When we get to some DB stuff, then we'll go to it. Coach, my best game I had all year. The film got deleted because there was multiple fights. Damn, they reckon like that? That's crazy that they deleted the fight though. I mean the whole game because of the fight. So that's wild. Still got to keep the film. Damn, that's crazy. Shoot, I'm sorry to hear that, brother. You might be. You know what you could do? Maybe you could possibly get the film from the opposite team if they got it. You know what I'm saying? I know coaches sometimes do that. They exchange film, especially if it's on huddle. You might be able to do that. So this is just Arkansas. What's good, money? Arkansas spring practice. Seeing that they don't have shoulder pads, it's probably like the first week or first couple of days. All right, so this is D-line stuff. We're going to skip a little bit. Get to the DBs. Hopefully there's DBs. Running backs. This better not be all offensive. What's this? Linebackers. Reading the blocks. D-line. Double team. Okay, here we go. Hold on. I saw something. Here we go. Coach, my head coach said I'm the starting strong safety and I'm going to be playing a lot of catch man on slots and blitzing plus open field tackling. Ed, you already know we got them videos on the YouTube channel. Cousin, you already know we got them videos on the YouTube channel. Biggest thing is work on your catch technique, right? Work on the catch technique and get comfortable in your catch technique, right? So what I would tell you is, biggest one is split the receiver in half, know your leverage. Move with that half of the receiver. Don't overcommit. If he ain't taking you all the way inside, there's no need for you to jump all the way inside. Move with that hip, move with that near shoulder, near hip, and split the receiver in half and go with him, right? Move laterally, kick step to get hands on him. All right, check out the video on the YouTube channel. We got 2 catch technique videos. We got slot DB tips and tricks, and we got some safety stuff for you to watch. But check those out. And then open field tackling, close the space fast, shorten your stride as you get closer. Track the near hip, right? Track the near hip as you get closer to the ball carrier, showing your stride. So now if he gives you a move, you can redirect. And then on top of that, you already know tackle, right? Trust what your technique is. Near shoulder, near leg, low target tackle. If that's you, finish the play. All right. But yeah, we got a video. We got a tackling video on the YouTube channel too. By the way, we just hit 18K subs. 18K subs. So if you haven't sub to the YouTube channel, make sure to sub to the YouTube channel. I appreciate y'all. Let's get this thing going. All right, Coach, I sent you a question in the DMs the other day. I don't know if you ever saw it. I'll check it out, Money. Any advice getting out your break faster? Making sure you're not taking any wasted steps, right? Making sure you have your shoulders over your toes when you pedal. A lot of people, when they break, they get on their heels, their weight shift back, and now they have to take multiple steps to go back forward, right? Make sure your shoulders are over your toes, and make sure that you don't take any wasted step, making sure you're taking the correct steps in your breaks, right? I bench 200, 315 as a freshman. What would be a good way to be? So, Coach, I bench 200 and squat 315 as a freshman, cornerback, safety. What would be a good weight? So, when it comes to weight, guys, I always say this. This is how I say it. Let the weight be natural. You don't want to try to get so big that you can't cover, you can't run, you can't do all that stuff. As DBs, you got to be able to run. We got to be able to transition. We got to open our hips and all that stuff. So, just lift, naturally gain weight. Right? We want to be fast, right? We want to be fast and quick. We don't want to get too big that we lose our speed and lose our quickness, right? So whatever you at right now, just work to improve on it. You know, I don't want to tell you, oh, get to 170. No. You know what I'm saying? You might get, your 170 might not be a good 170 for compared to somebody else. So everybody's body is different. You just got to make sure that you train properly for you to get bigger naturally and you to get bigger while keeping your speed or getting faster and stronger. Also, Coach, when playing safety, what should I look to have on my film? Attacking the ball at the highest point, reading the routes, right? Being able to read a QB, rerouting receiver, catch technique, tackling, right? Getting off blocks, filling the alley. There's a lot, you know what I'm saying? Effort, getting to the ball, making plays on the ball, punching the ball out, all that stuff you want to have on your film. Breaks are like 1-2 motion, plant break, then drive out. Yes, exactly, Money. So this is a safety drill right here. So this is what they're doing. They read and run. So they're reading the end man on the line. Safeties, here's a good drill for you. Read the end man on the line. What does he do? He comes towards us. He charged, right? He's moving forward. Low hat, he's moving forward. We got to show up and set the edge or make sure nothing gets outside of us. So he's coming down. We attack the block, and we're attacking it square, right? Forcing the ball carrier to go inside. I wish he showed the boom, send the edge, boom. Using the inside shoulder to make the tackle, right? Being square. This is a good drill. This is a good drill. Coach is giving the guy a command. Pass. Good. High hat, low hat, right? The end man on the line starts backpedaling. It's pass automatically. Yes, when there's when there's somebody wrapping the ball carrier, you could try to punch the ball out. Blocking down, he's squeezing. Good. I like it. And right here, show up and make the tackle. That's a good rep. We're reading the end man in the line. He blocks down. He's going forward. He's blocked down, low hat. That means he's blocking down. We got to be able to set the edge. So he's reading, he's squeezing, making sure that the ball is not going opposite way. The ball carrier comes back here. He squeeze, replace. Right here, patient. Stay square. Right there, fit in. And I like the fact that when they stay patient and then they see it, then they go. You don't want to just be going, right? You got to make sure you read your keys. Very important. Read your keys first and then go, right? Being the M-man on the line, what's he going to do? Pass, right? Pass. Be patient, right? You see how he's anticipating run, right? He's anticipating run. Be patient first. Read your keys, then react. He's automatically going forward, see? He already went forward. Don't need to go forward. Sit, read your keys, then react. Yeah, that's exactly what Coach said. All right, let's see if we can find another DB. It's all D-line, 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 D-line. All right, that's all D-line. Dang, that's the only thing we got for us today. All right, Alabama. Yep. Let me answer some questions before we get to the next video. 6'3", 196 strong safety, good in zone coverage, but I struggle in man coverage. Any tips, Coach? Okay, first thing, watch our video. Watch our man coverage video. We got an off man, we got press, right? But watch that and watch our catch technique. So understand how to play catch technique when you're playing man, right? Understand that. And then also you want to make sure that you understand your leverage. Keeping your eyes disciplined, obviously. Understand all that stuff. Eyes disciplined. Move laterally. Be patient. Get in position to shoot your hands. But you got to make sure you understand your leverage, especially a strong safety, where you have help, where you don't have help, right? And then you want to make sure that you understand route concepts, right? In the slot, you got to understand what the receivers are running based on their alignment, right? We got a video on that too, so check that out, Jay. But understand all that stuff. Watch film, right? Study routes, study the offense. What did they run? Based on his alignment, what could possibly be he run, right? And all that stuff. So once you get that, and you got to understand, playing in a slot, a strong safety, route's a little bit different compared to playing corner, right? You can get that corner, you can get the seam, you can get that corner post corner, right? You can get the digs, you can get the deep out, the 5-yard out. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of space, right? It's the slot fade, right? So there's a lot of stuff. So you got to understand how the offense line up based on the alignment, what routes can happen and the situation, and then you got to know where your help is at. Let's see. What's a way to get faster? Back pedal. Shoulders over your toes. Shoulders over your toes, right? Pushing off the balls of your feet. Being patient, right? You got to make sure. Not being patient. But pushing on the balls of your feet. Arm action, right? Have a good pad level. Don't pedal high. Have a good pad level. Good arm action, right? That's going to help you pedal faster. So you can push off the balls of your feet and have your shoulders over toes. Good speed. Shoulders over toes, staying in the framework. Yes. Thank you, Chris. Yep. Camera, appreciate it. Yep. Perfect. I was thinking about that earlier. How do you guess wide receiver routes off their alignment in the slot as a safety? So you kind of use the hash as your indicator, right? Your reads. So basically, the further away he is from the hash, most likely he's running inside. The closer he is to the hash, most likely he's running something outside. You got to understand the down and distance, right? Down and distance plays a key part. And then you got to understand flip alignment. Who's on the ball, who's off the ball. So ideally, this is a tip for all you guys. If there's two receivers, whoever's on the ball and whoever's off the ball, whoever's on the ball is most likely going to run the deeper route. Whoever's off the ball is most likely going to run the shorter route, right? So that's one thing, once you get some film study in, you understand route concept, you understand the offense, and you see tendencies like that, that's a good one. 631 said freshman going to be a starter. Say any tips? Work. Don't take any days for granted, right? Every day work. Understand. Work on your technique. Get comfortable in your technique. Compete every single day. Don't chill just because your teammates chilling. No, you trying to get better, right? Go 110% every time you get a chance, right, to get better, because that's going to help you get better. It's going to help your teammate get better, and that's going to help the team get better, right? And then lift, run, do all the little things. Work on your mobility, right? Make sure that you got fluid hips. Make sure you got good flexibility, all that stuff, and stay healthy. Stay healthy, cousin. Eat right. All right, let me see. Boom, boom, boom. What up, O? What's good? Coach, do you believe in DC taking a taller but more raw cornerback over a 5'8" corner because the tall cornerback has a high ceiling? Do I believe this? This is what I believe. Whoever gets the job done will get the job done. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Those taller DBs and all that stuff, that's in college. That's in the NFL. They want taller guys. Yes, that's fine. But in high school, whoever gets the job done, right? There could be a 6'4" corner, but if you don't know what he's doing, or he's giving up, he's blown coverage, or he doesn't understand coverages, or he's not giving me effort, I'm not gonna play him, right? Compared to somebody who's shorter, but he gives me effort, he gets the job done, he knows what he's doing, he communicates, he play. You know what I'm saying? It's different compared to, like, you gotta understand, guys. If you can get the job done at a high level, you're going to have a chance to play for sure. Compared to somebody has good athletic abilities, he's taller, but doesn't get the job done. He's not going to play, right? If the coach is not going to trust him. You got to understand that when it comes to playing time, the coach got to trust you. Yes, this guy might have potential. He might put in more work in him for him to get it. You know what I'm saying? And he might give him a little bit of chances, but eventually them chances going to run out if he doesn't do what he needs to do. He doesn't take advantage of those chances, right? So you got to understand that just because someone's taller, just because someone might be faster, at the end of the day, who's going to make the play? Who's going to do their job at a high level, right? Coach, that sounds like I'm going to be playing like 5 yards from the slot and have flats. When do they throw the screen? Should I jump it? Yes, you're aggressive. So now you got to read the QB and jump to the flat, though, right? Sometimes they might do a fake screen and go, but you got to understand, if you got flats, you can be aggressive to the flats. You got somebody over top for the deep, right? Now, the only thing is that when they do that bubble slant bubble, right? So the number 2 runs that bubble and number 1 runs that slant. You might have to hold that window, read the QB, and then break to the bubble, right? But if you're in flats, you play aggressive. You don't have to worry about anything deep. Also, another question, my teammates be complaining about me touching them past 5 yards, but I'm like, we're not in the NFL, so I can put, forever, how long, what, I want as long as the ball's, exactly, you're right. Let them complain. That all receivers, that's all they do is complain. Receivers, they're going to complain regardless. So don't even trip about that, cousin. All right, let me start this video a little bit, and then I answer some more questions after. Where the DBs at, man? Hey, I seen some. Hold on, I seen something. There you go. It's coming. Get out of there. Not bad. I think you could be a little bit lower. Good crossover. 1-2. Drive. Boom. Out of there. 1-2 drive. Not bad. That's a good rep. That's a good rep. Patient. Open. 1-2 drive. A little bit more push out that plant step on the crossover. 1, 2. Push off this foot. Push off this foot, let this knee. Remember, the knee is going to dictate where you go, right? You see how he kind of put it back at the same spot? That's a wasted step, right? And then and watch when he gets out of that break. His legs are still going this way, but he's trying to go this way, right? That knee has to point to where it's going so he can get out of there faster, right? Those little things are going to help you get out faster in your breaks, right? I'm going to answer some questions after this one, guys. I got you. Patient. Good. Oh, I like this drill. Stay square. 2. Once. Now the only thing is this though. Watch this rep right here. Patient, his eyes is disciplined. Pierce step. 2. Okay. He's moving laterally. Goes into 1. Now watch this one. Watch. See how he kind of lunge and then he gets tall? We don't want to get that tall. We don't want to get tall. We want to still stay at a good pad level. Boom. Good. Not bad. Boom. Good. Eyes are down. Move. Extend. Good. Patient. Boom. Good. It's a good rep. These are good reps. Hold on. I might. What time? It was 3:35. You already know I got some for this one. Hold on. I might need to post this one. Let me add it to my notes, guys. My bad. Alabama. Video 3:35. But yeah, these are good reps. Good drill. Focus on staying square, being in position to use your hands. Now, the only thing is this, though. Be careful. You shoot 2, you always got to be square with them, right? You want to make sure your feet are not too wide. This is in that area where you could kind of, but you can't, right? He's shooting 2, receiver starting to go out here. This is where we got to go quickly 2-1, right? Or just 1. See how he's kind of 2 staying here, right? That one is 2. Okay, he's keep going to 1 quickly. That one's better. He's square with him, and then he goes into 1. Not bad. Patient. Now you don't want to see how he's leaning this way. We want to still be square, still be able to move our feet. We don't want to just jump out there or lean towards there, right? And then he realized it too at the end. Let me see if there's any other DB stuff. Is this DB stuff? I could tell these are linebackers the way they're moving. D-line. Yeah, all D-line. All right. Exit this one. Now we're going to get into some one-on-ones. Let me answer some questions before we get to it. All right. Coach, what would you prefer, a super athletic cornerback or a 5'8" high IQ cornerback with great technique? Technique, cousin. Now, obviously, if you get a super athletic corner, yes, like you would like that. But if he's not getting the job done and he doesn't have high IQ, you know what I'm saying? It's not really a lot he could do, right? Yeah, kind of say the same thing, but don't mug them. Yeah, yep. Boom, 6'4". Coach, do you think a 5'10" corner can go D1 coming out of JUCO or go big? Yes, for sure. I'm about 5'10", 5'11", right? Yeah, you could definitely. It's all. So the way it is if you want to go D1, and this is how, unfortunately, this is how it is. If you're on the shorter side as a DB, like if you're like 5'8", 5'9", 5'10"-ish area, you got to be fast to go D1. I'm talking about 4'4", 4'3" type, right? Obviously, if you're taller, 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2", there's a little bit of leeway on your speed. You could be 4'5", 4'6". But if you want to be, if you're 5'10", 5'11", 5'10", 5'8", 5'9", you got to be fast and you got to be explosive. They want to make sure that you can go up and attack the ball and jump balls. You can be explosive and you can run, right? So that's how you got to see it if you want to go D1. All right, let me go down. When you fake jam a wide receiver one hand and press, do you lunge your foot you're striking with forward or stay balanced? Stay balanced, cousin. Stay balanced. How much longer you lie for? Probably. I don't know, probably like 20, 30 minutes probably. Where we at right now? Yeah, probably like 30 minutes, hopefully. How should I play cover 2 when offense is in this tight split, like the wide receiver is right next to the lineman? Outside leverage, and let it sort. You got help over top. You want to work. You want to anything that comes outside. If he runs in and out, you got him, and you playing that void, right? Now, if it's one receiver, obviously he runs a flat, you stay on it. But if it's a tight end and a receiver, tight end and a receiver, or a tight end wing, you work you work more out a little bit, and you just let those route develop, right? You might get an out by number one and a corner out by number two, and you just read the QB, play that void, right? Or you might just get one goes immediately in, and then you just sink back looking for work and cover two. No, you don't collision them. If they're tight like that, you don't need to collision them. The only time you collision them if they run directly at you out, like they run towards, outwards towards you, then you can collision them a little bit. But and then they go vertical, right? But if they're going tight split and he goes vertical from there, you don't need a collision. And ideally, when they run out a little bit towards you, they're just stretching you out. Whoa, pause. They're just moving you to widen you out more so they can run something with number two, right? So you want to make sure that you get enough depth so you can play both and still read the QB. So you don't need to get hands on them at all. You shouldn't get hands on them. All right. Any tips to hit harder as a small low target tackle, cousin? Low target tackle. Strike with the near shoulder, near leg, and drive. Don't stop your feet. Drive out there. Take the extra step on contact. What's the best way to recognize route concept, or just in case you're pre-snap? Watch a film. Watch a film, understand the alignment, understand the down and distance. What are the tendencies the offense is going to do? How is the best way to play cover three? Get enough depth so you can see the big picture, right? I got a video on the YouTube channel, Diego, explaining cover three for corners and safety. So watch that video. But you want to get enough depth so you can see everything. You might have to open up a little bit earlier so you can be in position to see the routes and read the QB, right? Communication is going to be key, right? And nothing gets behind you, right? Read the QB and eliminate routes as they develop. So let's say number one runs an end. You don't have to worry about number one no more. He's going into somebody else's zone. Look at number two. What is number two going? He's going vertical, sink, keep sinking, and get ready to squeeze to number two, right? I know it can be done. Just a small JUCO right now because of my grades coming out of high school, so it's already tough getting seen. Yeah, I feel you. You're going to have to do that, do some stuff on your own too, like hit up coaches, send your film to them, right? DM them. You're going to have to do all that too, you know what I'm saying? But just keep working. They will find you. You know, take advantage of opportunities that you get. If you're playing a big-time receiver or somebody who's getting highly recruited, that's the game you want to go off, right? That's the game where you want to make sure that you make yourself known, right? Coach, what are some tips to bounce back from giving up a big play? Next play mentality, cousin. Next play, you can't let your confidence go down. Once your confidence go down, it's a wrap. Next play mentality. Learn what you did wrong and fix it. And then next play, move on. Clear your head, right? Clear your head. There's plenty of football left, right? And then go from there. I got a video on the YouTube channel about that one, Money. Got a video on the YouTube channel. Watch that video. I would love to see more breakdown vids of how you teach technique. I coach high school ball here in Kansas, and the technical side is never coached. I want to be a technique professor. Got you, Pastor. Pastor Kenny Stokes, I got you. Yeah, for sure. So I recorded 3 videos this past week. It's pretty much our DB training videos and stuff like that, but it's more of me coaching, more of me helping the kids understand the technique, why are we doing this drill, all that stuff. So when those videos, we dropped one already, watch those videos, and then those will help you a lot. And then obviously if you have any questions or anything, you already know, just DM me on IG or DM me just IG, I guess. I don't got nothing else where you could DM me on. Yeah, DM me or Twitter. And I'll get to you. Hopefully I can get to you as fast as I can. I got beat deep in 707 where I see line up off the ball when we was man. Okay. And so what happened? What you do wrong? That's what you got to understand. Look at what you did wrong, right? Look at what you did wrong. Correct yourself. All right, guys. We're going to start this video and then I answer some more questions. So we missed this one. Ooh. Good finish. Good finish. Patient. Good. Kick. Hold on. You know what we got to do, guys? I forgot. You know we slow the ting. You slow the ting down. Not bad. Now, this is what I'm talking about, guys. We are in great position. Why? Why should we put both hands on him, right? We're in great position now. We don't need to put both hands on him like this. Unless we're over top and we're man turning, we don't need to do this. We can lean and locate and go make a play. Because look what the receiver does. If this is a good ball, the receiver gets a little bit of separation, right? Our feet get a little bit wide right here. See that? This is weight. We don't want our feet outside our frame when we're in press. Or if he's playing catch. I can't tell from where the camera's at. Right? Feet are way too wide. And then our arms are going like this. You want to keep your arms tight. Right? Keep your arms tight. And then he shoots two. All over the place. Eyes are not where it needs to be. Right? Patient. Kick. See the hip drop. Run. Okay, run. Get in the phase. Look up for the ball. That's not bad. That's a good rep. That's all patient. He's patient. Kick. I wish he would get down a little bit lower. But he's reading the receiver's hip. No hip drop. Get in phase. Look up for the ball. Go track the ball. Good rep. Very good rep. We're a little too high in our pedal, right? We're taller than the receiver right here. We open up. See, now this is where it's important. We open up. We got to open up to the hip, right? So now if we open up two over top, this is what happens. Open up and take the angle to the hip. Because now if he comes back inside, we can collision. We can flip our hips and collision and run with him. Now at this point, he's flipping his hip, but we can't collision him. We can't slow him down. And now we're beat, right? So it's all about angles when it comes to off man, guys. All about angles. All about angles. Hold on, let me sure. Who got some gloves? Who giving out gloves from LSU? Hold on, let me get some gloves too. Hold on. Coach, I'm fine out corner. I'm a freshman at LSU. Walk on. Oh, okay. Yes, sir. Congrats, cousin. I got great football IQ and my technique is really good, and I give 110 per of it. Are there any tips you got for me? Got you, cousin. Make sure, first of all, give me some LSU gear, man. DM me. I need some LSU gear. I don't got LSU gear. But biggest thing is every day is gonna become. You gotta compete every day. You going in as a walk-on, you got to stand out. Find a way to stand out every single day. Special teams, right? Drills, right? When you're doing one-on-ones, when you're going against the offense, those are the moments where you have to make sure you stand out. Because now you're not competing y'all obviously competing with people in your position, but on top of that, you're competing to get on the field. You're trying to work to get a scholarship. So they got to see you, like, basically see that you really want to be there. You really want to be great. And that's going to help you get that scholarship. That's going to help you get on the field faster. And special teams, take special teams serious. That's the route you should try to go. Special teams, try to get on the field on special teams and then work your way to rotating or starting as a DB, right? But the more you show that you can do, the better is going to look for you, right? Don't be late to meetings. That's one thing. Don't be late to workouts. You don't have leeway to be late to anything or because you're a walk-on. You got to be on a different time compared to everybody else. You got to make sure that you're on point with everything you do. Grades, make sure your grades is good. Like, no slip up when they do grades checks. Don't be skipping classes because you just don't want them to you don't want to give them a reason to not keep you, right? You a walk on. You don't want them to be like, oh, this guy's a walk on, but he's just on the team just to be on the team. He's wasting roster spot. Let's give it to somebody else. You don't want to give them that reason at all. I've seen that happen to so many people, guys, at college. When I was at college, that happened to a couple of people. They were there 1 week, next week they were gone. They were there one practice, they did not show up the next practice because it wasn't taking it seriously. They were actually bringing the team down. They wasn't giving effort, right? All that stuff. Nah, you can't do that. Every day you on go, right? You on go. You ready to compete. You ready to prove it to somebody. Every single day you proving to somebody that you belong, right? Hope that answered your question. I hope I gave you some advice, cousin. I know I missed a lot of questions. Let's see. Good. I got beat. Yep, answer that. Boom. Check out the YouTube. We got 3-5. Yes, sir. That's good. Keep them grades up, cousin. Hold on. Let me see. We good? Yes, sir. I got you, fam. Bye bye. I got you. Blah blah blah. Because I felt like I did wrong. I didn't weave, and then I got into the chase. Yes, good. Okay, as long as you know, right? And then watch film on it. If there's film on it, watch film on that too, money. Right? You probably opened up maybe a little too late too. Yes, sir, coach. I appreciate that. I'm not on the team yet. You get tryouts. Okay, next year. So that. Okay, yeah. So yeah, train every day, right? Work on your train every day. Be around those players too. Find a way to be around the players that's on the team. Ask them questions, right? All that stuff is huge, right? Yo, what's up, coach? I hope you're doing well. Do you have any advice for me? I'm thinking about going to JUCO, but my parents want me to play at a D3 school with better academics. If I go to play, okay. So now that's a good question, AK. All right. So JUCO. I know they got, if you go to JUCO for 2 years, you still get 2 years in college, right? But you got to also understand that transfer portal is another way of taking advantage of trying to get to the next level, right? The higher level, right? If you go, there's times where people go D3 and hit the transfer portal and they're in D1, right? So you got to understand, the biggest thing is if you go D3, you're going to have to make the decision on you. Right, but I'm gonna tell you this: if you go D3, you gotta work to play immediately, and if you really want to go D1, and there's the right situation for you to go D1, you can hit that transfer portal and try to work there. But you gotta have good film. You gotta have good film. You gotta ball out. You gotta know people, and you gotta make sure you're hitting the transfer portal, and it's the right time for you to hit the transfer portal. Right now, if you go JUCO, you get film, all that stuff. Then you get offered and all that stuff, and then you still get your 2 years back, the new rule. So you got to weigh the options. You got to look at it. What is the best chance for me to get there? If I go D3, granted, you do lose a year, right? But you could get there faster because now you got experience, college level. Now, if you go JUCO, it's a grind. You're gonna have to separate yourself. You're gonna have to prove yourself, and you're gonna have to work against. A lot of people don't understand when it gets to JUCO, there's not going to be 4 or 5 corners. There's probably 15 corners, 15 free safeties, 15 strong. You know what I'm saying? It's not just 4 or 5 people. It's a lot at the position. So you competing, right? That's a pretty good rep. Hold on, look up now. That's not bad. Patient, feet staying with him. He's widening a little bit. Stay square. He hopped though, right? He hopped. He's getting tall. We still want to be low, but I like the finish. Get there. Get in phase. Not bad. I like the finish. We could clean up the beginning a little bit. Coach, what am I supposed to do if a guy is 5 inches taller than me and then when he jumps, I'm looking at his hips? Play through the receivers. You're gonna have to play through the receiver's hand. Punch the ball up, fight to get the ball, rip his hand, you know what I'm saying? As he's going up, as he's coming down, rip his hand out, punch the ball out. You're gonna have to work on that, right? Work on playing the receiver's hand, working on cutting him off, and then man turning, right? And attacking the ball, right? That's gonna help right? How do you get better play through? You practice it. Practice getting better playing. You practice actually playing receiver's hands, right? Actually practice playing the receiver's hands. Somebody running, you put the hand up, you're playing through the receiver. So he jump up, play through the receiver. You actually practice, see where the receiver's hand is at, and then play through his hands. All right, so this rep right here, he's outside leverage. He's outside leverage. He's outside leverage. But he moved so far inside that he lost his leverage. I don't even know if he's looking at the man anymore. Right? If you played outside leverage, trust your leverage. Move with that half, but he gets square with him. Now he got a two-way go, and he runs right outside. Yeah, you can line up inside leverage. Depending now, if it's a cut split, they line up really close, then you play outside leverage. But if it's normal alignment, you could line up inside leverage, right, about a yard to head up, right, and then pedal, open up, right. Make sure you have enough depth to see number one in your peripherals, see number two, and read the QB. What a good field work, DBs. Watch the videos on the YouTube channel, cousin. Lots of DB workout, right? And lots of DB field work, right? Opening up too early. Way too high. Now he opened up, but now he's like square with him. If you're gonna open up on a leverage. So now you can run to the upfield shoulder. Now you can collision that shoulder and slow him down, right? His back is turned to him, right? What do you think would be the easier option for me, though? So JUCO still counts against eligibility. The case only gave extra years to the one guy. Oh, really? That's crazy. I mean, I can't make that decision for you, cousin. You know what I'm saying? The transfer portal is gonna be is if you know you could go to that school. I'll tell you this. If you're going to go D3, go to a school that you know you could play immediately. And then make sure that, obviously you're going to make sure everything else is the right fit for you. You want to go to a place where you could actually survive there and, be successful. But you want to make sure that you go to a school that you're going to go out there and be able to play immediately and have at least good competition where you could show your talent, put up good film, and hit that portal and go. I'm not saying to do that. All I'm saying is, if you're going to do that route, make sure you go into a place where you could play immediately if you're going to go D3. Now, if you go JUCO, make sure you go to a situation where you know you can compete, get good film, and be out. You don't want to be in JUCO for years, right? You don't want to sit there and then, you're there for too long. There's more because more people is coming in, and it makes your job harder. You want to get there, get as much film as you can, and be out, right? What's the easiest way to read the hitch? Read the QB. Read the QB shoulders. Read the QB drop. Right? Take your walk step. Take your read steps. Slow. Read the QB. Ball's presented to you right away. Get your eyes to the receiver. Get ready to break to the upfield shoulder. Right? If you're gonna take if you're not looking at him, just slow. Right? Take your walk step, and then as you pushing vertical, then get into your pedal. You see the hip drop, you drive on it. I got a video on the YouTube channel about how to read the 3-step and all that stuff. So watch that video on the YouTube channel, Zach. Coach, getting took deep is the most embarrassing thing in sports to me. I don't want to get beat as a DB. You can't do that. You cannot think about getting beat deep as a DB because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Every DB, people get paid millions in the NFL. They get beat deep. It's all about next play mentality. Learn from the mistake, move on. All right? You can't be worried about getting beat because next thing you know, you're playing so far back, and then next thing you know, they're running hitches in front of you, right? They're running speed outs in front of you, right? And then you miss the tackle. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure that you still trust the technique and stay fundamentally sound with everything, right? Hold on. guys. Hold on, my fault. So you got to make sure you do that. All right. But yeah, it's just part of the game, man. Part of the game. You got to be confident in your ability, right? Got to get out that break. You got to see it. You got to see it. When I'm a catch, should I lunge with two? No, we're not lunging. Don't lunge. You're working to get hands on him. You want to make sure he runs towards you. So you're moving laterally, then you get hands on him, and then you're going from 2 to 1. Don't lunge at him, right? That's going to mess up everything. Your technique, you're going to be off balance. You're going to help the receiver if you lunge at him. Not bad. Run. Get in phase. Run. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. He waiting. This is why we got to attack the ball, guys. He's waiting for it. Look what the receivers do. Well, first of all, hopefully they're going to call offensive pass interference. Man, it's all over his back. But this is why DBs, we have to attack the ball. Because what is the receiver going to do? Go up and get it. That's a great catch by the receiver. That's a great play by the receiver. But we got to attack the ball. We're in great position. Go get it. The ball is ours. Getting a little bit too tall on your pedal. But see the hip drop. See the hip drop. React to it. Good. Drive. See, he took that negative. See that step? He took that step right here to plant. But this step goes back. So now he rounds that. And then he has to go forward. Good. Oh, I thought he finished it. Good. Drive on it. Now we got to make sure we drive to the upfield shoulder, though. So right here, we got to work towards here. This angle. Drive to the upfield shoulder. Don't be quick to undercut it because if it was a double move, it's GG's. V, what's good, cousin? Off balance. And I could tell because he's probably a little too close. He's probably way too close. And our feet jumps and gets wide, right? And then we shoot two hands. When we shoot one, kick step and shoot one. And we're grabbing, we're off balance. Run. Play his hands. Play his hands. Play his hands. Not bad. Good finish. Coach, did you ever get beat? Come on, cousin. Come on, cousin. Yeah, I got beat, man. I got beat in games. I got beat multiple times in games. It's all about next play mentality, guys. I'm telling you. I'll tell you this story. So it was my redshirt freshman year. I was actually just telling the kids this story this week. So we were playing University of Albany. My redshirt freshman year. The game before we played Pitt, I had a great game. I'm talking about, we played University of Pitt. I played against Aaron Donald. We had a great game. We almost beat them. We lost 35-28. Great game, right? So now I'm like starting to feel myself a little bit. You know, I'm like, all right, let's go. I'm doing good. I can actually play at this level and everything. Okay, so we're playing Albany, and this is on me because I didn't really prepare as good as I should have that week. So I should have prepared a lot better, right? I just know my level prepared for me to prepare to be great at a game has to be on a different level, right? So it's all about preparation. That's the first thing. What you do, and I always believe what you do during the week is how you're gonna play in the game. If you have a good week in practice and you work hard, you're gonna play good. But if you have moments where you're not doing everything, the little things, you're not focused, you're not taking things seriously, it's gonna show in the game. So that week I wasn't as disciplined as I should have, right? Still watched film, still did the little things, but doing practices wasn't where it needed to be. So we get in the game, and I was a rotating that year. My freshman year, I was rotating. So I get in the game, I see the formation. I remember seeing this formation on film. 2x2. Number 2 is on the ball. Number 1's off the ball. I knew at 3rd and 5, it's a slant. I saw it so many. It was 100%. 100% on film. Slant every time. So I'm like, all right, bet. I'm going to jump this slant. This is my moment to make a play. I didn't even take my walk step. I didn't take my re-step. I sat and I was looking at the quarterback. And as soon as I seen his shoulders point to me, I booked it. I broke right on this slant. And it was a double move. First play I got in the game, double move. He boom, and I just turned, and this is college. I just turned, looked at the ball, didn't chase, didn't do nothing. I just looked at the ball like this, and I was like, damn. And this man running, dropped the pass. And I said, oh, God, thank you. And that moment was just like, damn, I know exactly why I did that. I didn't take my restep. I didn't stay disciplined in my technique, and I was being greedy, right? If I would have took my restep, I would have broke on the slant, but I would have took a better angle, collision the route. I would have been in perfect position to cover that route, right? So it's all about preparation, right? That game right there, got beat on that. He didn't catch it. Got beat on a fade. I got beat on 2 fades that game. And I was rotating. I wasn't even starting. I rotated my redshirt freshman year. Got beat 2 fades that game. Bad game for me. And I was like, oh, hell no. So next week, it was just like, how am I going to bounce back, right? And what I did, I bounced back. I had a good week of practice. Played good that next game, right? So it's like playing DB is like ups and downs. There's going to be times where you on it. And there's going to be a moment where you get beat and you get back down here. But you're mentally, you got to be strong. Mentally, you got to be confident that you're going to get back up there. That was just he got lucky. That's how confident we got to be. You got to be so confident that this guy got lucky. I got beat because it was my mistake. It's not because this guy is better than me. It's because I did something wrong, right? So that's quick story time for you. You know, it happens. It's going to happen, guys. Like, you're going to get beat. It's just how you bounce back from getting beat. And then you limit. This is not bad drive. Go. You limit the big plays, right? You limit it. You get better. You learn from it. And that's how you're going to get better. You learn from those reps. Now, this guy just got to drive. He's just chilling. Go get to the upfield shoulder. Go get him. Every DB gets beat, head top, ankle snatch, and truck. Yeah, it's part of the game, man. Everybody. It's part of the game, but it's just how you bounce back, man. It's how you bounce back. Stay hungry, stay humble. Yes, absolutely. Stay hungry, stay humble. What's this? Oh, we watched this already. I'm going to just let this play. I'm going to let this video play. I wanted to see it. I never even watched it. But I'm going to answer some questions as we go. All right. What the heck message me? Are you there? All right. Sometimes when I'm doing ones, I'm not putting hands on as much as I should, and I end up having to chase guys who are running 4.4s and 4.3 or something, right? Okay, so when you're doing one-on-ones, I always tell guys, always just be disciplined with your technique. Be disciplined with your technique. Work on your technique. Understand that one-on-one is an offensive drill. So this is a chance for us to get better. This is a chance for us to test our technique and trust our technique. Right? That's the first thing first. Yes, you want to get hands. Yes, you want to be able to kick step and get hands on him, widen the receiver. All those little things plays a huge role, especially when you're going against a faster receiver. You're going against a faster receiver, your technique got to be on point. Right? You got to make sure your technique is on point. You got to make sure you widen the receiver and use the help that you got, the sideline, right? Disrupt the timing, right? Throw him off his landmark so he doesn't get to where he needs to be for the ball to be there, right? All that stuff plays huge. So this is all start with your technique, right? You already, and the fact that you said when I'm doing ones, it's times where I don't get hands on them, you know it, right? You got to understand that sometimes there's going to be times where you don't need to use your hands and press against certain receivers. And there's times like you got to use your hands. You got to be disciplined, right? So you got to understand that too. So it's all part of working on the craft, man. All part of working on the craft. Coach, if you're ever in Cali, let me know. I'm trying to get some working with you. Yes, sir. Yeah, definitely. I'm telling you guys, like my goal, if we can get the channel to 100K subs, I promise you. Or I get to a point where I'm like YouTube is like taking over. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to be traveling and training kids. That's my goal. That's my goal. So I need y'all to help me so we can make that happen. How would you guard a fade route because a good D but can't finish? So if you're playing press, right? Seeing the hip drop 5, 10, 15. After 15 yards, if the hip don't drop, we know it's a fade, right? So we get into that lean and locate. If we're still in phase, we lean into the receiver a little bit, locate the ball, look up, and as we're leaning, we're forcing him towards the sideline as we're looking, right? Now, when the ball's in there, you lean, locate. If you feel like it's going in front of you guys, cut him off, go beat a receiver and go get it, right? Attack the ball. Now, an off man, you want to pedal. If he stems you, weave, but you want to remember your cushion. When he breaks your cushion, you got to snap that hip and open up. You don't want to be chilling and let him run right by you. What happened? You good, cousin? Oh, man, your heel. Come on, brother. All right. Tips or drills to have quicker feet and press. So we have a YouTube video. So our warm-up. So watch one of our YouTube videos. The warm-up that we do on the ladders, all those drills are where it helps your press. It helps your being quicker feet and press, right? Making sure everything's within your frame, all that stuff. All right, so watch those videos. Watch the warm-up of how we do. And we have a full video about warming up on the YouTube channel. But ideally, you want to hit the ladders and just work on 1 foot stabs, icky forward, icky backwards. 1 foot stab backwards, right? All that stuff, lateral steps, all that stuff, and staying within your frame. That's the biggest thing. Staying within your frame, right? Staying within your frame. One-on-one is an offense. Yes. The reason why I say it's an offensive drill is because it's pretty much 2 against 1. You got the quarterback, nobody's rushing him. He can sit back and throw a perfect ball. And the receiver, he's running his route. You know what I'm saying? There's unlimited time. You know what I'm saying? They can run whatever route they want to do. So that's why I say it's an offensive drill. I say it. It's not necessarily true, but it is true. You know what I'm saying? My coaches are not a fan of inching back. They say to kick step and move lateral with the wrong to widen him inside of inching back. You know, I mean, you got to understand this. This is why I don't necessarily like when people limit people, right? You got to understand what technique works for you. What technique works for everybody. But not everybody is a pair step guy. Not everybody's an inch back guy, right? Not everybody's a shock and control guy, right? You got to find your technique that works for you first. And then you work on different techniques. And then that's be a switch up, right? Don't limit, like, for instance, like the T-step and inch back. I mean, T-step and bicycle, right? That's a good one right there. Understand that some people can't bicycle correctly. Some people can't T-step correctly. But whatever works for them, right? As long as you take the proper step and get to the point that you need to, it's fine. At the end of the day, you're still getting to where you need to, right? I'm not going to sit here and only teach this guy a T-step because I had success with T-step. You got to understand that might not work for you. You know what I'm saying? I know Coach Dion, he's a bicycle guy all the way, bleeds through bicycle. He does not like the T-step. Some people like it. You know, everybody's different. What's the best way to increase your pre-step IQ during the offseason? Watch film, cousin. Watch film. Watch film. Understand. Look for tendencies. Look for tendencies. Recognize formations. Recognize wide receivers' alignment and splits. Let me see. We good? Boom, boom, boom. Where we at? I bet. So what they talking about right now? All right, so he's talking about it right now. Stay square, moving your feet. Let me raise the volume a little bit.
See how you ain't have to wind up your base before you have to step forward.
See, stay within your frame.
As a DB, I'm not gonna say it's wrong.
It depends on who your technique, King. You know what I'm saying? Some people like it, some people don't. Some people are comfortable with it, some people are not. You know what I'm saying?
Always bad for folks. I'm not gonna say something bad. But when you hear, you want to come to another. Where if you do this, you can get some space, you can get some ground, you can actually push it. Okay? So I'm not gonna say that's all the way bad. You know what I'm saying? Working the line, though. Working the line. Stay square though. You see how I'm turning?
Yep, exactly what I was gonna say. Better. See, he's turning a little bit. He's turning a little bit.
Turn. Good.
So he was just telling him stay square when you kick stepping. So you just adjusting the kick step angle a little bit, but staying square. You don't want to completely turn. He's gonna show it right here. Yep.
See how I'm not doing this? Because now, when you do this, if you go back inside, your hips off. Now you got a speed turn.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to go here, you go here. Okay? So look, you want to be able to go here. Look, you see I'm pushing at an angle.
Pushing that angle. Yep.
I can push out this way and go here. And you can't cross my face. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna keep working on it. It's just repetition. And then at the finishing part, when you get the 2 punches, boom, boom, here, catch it. When you get a ball call, turn your head. Look, you a man turning.
There's little gems right here, guys. Little gems.
You playing man right now. You going here? You going here?
We're going crazy. Hold on. But we got 3 videos already made. Well, in the process of being finished in the editing. It's similar to what we did the last video. So if you haven't checked that video out, go to the YouTube channel, check that video out. Lots of good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So definitely check it. Drop a like on that thing. But we got some videos that should be dropping in the next couple of weeks to keep y'all entertained. All right. Make sure we're good. Answered everything. Is Jabbar Muhammad the best pressman corner in the draft? He's up there. He's up there. There's a lot of good ones. But he's up there. Will Johnson, right? The Rutgers dude is not bad. Rutgers dude, I forget his name, but he's not bad. The dude that's sneaking up the board is the corner from Kentucky. And then Kobe Bryant. He's sneaking up, man. He's up there. You know, so Jabbar is definitely he's definitely one of them, but there's a lot of good ones, right? There's a lot of good DBs coming out this draft. I need to get some more bands, man. I need to get some more bands so we can actually work the pedal. It's not bad.
Nah, we ain't gotta use it. We gotta use it. I'll bring the other band for
Should I get both hands on the wide receiver's hip when they take an inside release and they haven't broke for the route? Yes, if you're square with them, yes, you could shoot 2 hands. Right? Shoot 2 hands if you're square with him. And then you can go 2 to 1. But if he clearly beats you inside, don't be shooting 2 hands. Just get ready to run with him. Or if you get a position where you shoot 1 hand, you can shoot 1 hand and go with him. Right? Can someone do me a favor? Can somebody type something on TikTok on the chat? I got to see if it's working because I don't know. Somebody was telling me that they were asking me questions on TikTok, but I did not see it. So if anybody could get on TikTok the live and just type in you or say something, just making sure it's good. Kobe got something you can't teach. He is an elite playmaker. That's genuine. Yes, facts. Kobe does. He's an elite playmaker for sure. For sure. He's one of those that got good ball skills. He attacked the ball, right? He's definitely, yes. Anybody on TikTok, could you just type something real quick? I don't know. I really don't think. I don't think my chat's working on TikTok. Let me see if I could type something. Let me know if anybody said anything. Yeah, I don't know. I think my chat might be. Yee. Somebody say something, please. God, let's see. Yeah, I don't know, bro. So I gotta go through my TikTok settings because I do not see the chat at all. Like it's not, nothing is popping up. Yep, physical at 170, and he's like what 6'2", or 6. He's up there. Oh, did my? Oh, I just realized. Hold on. Something might have happened on IG. Oh, IG. IG done messed up. So IG and oh snap. I'm still starting soon. Hold on. Yo, is IG working on stream? Can y'all see the video on IG? Pause this. Something happened. What just happened? It might not be working. Facts. Hey, is IG working on stream? Oh boy. Dang. Something happened. I don't know. We can see it. Okay, bet. All right. It's not showing on my screen. Bet. All right. Cool. Appreciate you, cousin. Appreciate you. I still don't see anybody in the chat on TikTok though. Yup. Be on the balls of your feet. Keep your weight. Feel the weight on the balls of your feet. Now I'm saying, like when they take the inside release and they're 7 yards up the field. Oh, up. Should I kind of wrap? No. Don't wrap. No. Don't wrap your hands. No. Just open up and get ready to move with that leverage. Right? Get into your crossover. You could jab. Take a jab at him if he's running at you, attacking your leverage, and you open up and he's closing it. You could take a jab at him, but don't lunge at him. Take a jab to slow him down and then run him. But you don't want to shoot two hands and grab or wrap around him. Don't do that because that's going to put you out of position. All right. Let me see. Okay, cool. Bet. All right. That note, we are going to end the stream. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I will stream sometime again this weekend. Hit that notification. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss it. Go sub to the YouTube channel if you haven't. And then, check out that latest video. Should be dropping another videos hopefully sometime soon. Did you see the bag that Derek Stanley? Yes. God, DB's finally signed. Yep. That's a blessing. There's a new market for DBs now. You know what I'm saying? And I always tell guys, man, everybody wants to play receiver because they don't want to get embarrassed. They think it's easier. But the money is really at DB. There's a lot of receivers, not a lot of DBs. So if you go play DB, you put yourself in position, you work on your craft, you can make a lot more money. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I heard the slingshot technique. I heard about it. Is that what you're talking about? Because you kind of, the way you explain it is different. Yes, you could do that, but it's you slingshot. He breaks in. If you undercut it, you can sling your shot. Yes, you could do that if that's what you're talking about. But you don't want to do that all the time because now they game plan against it. They break inside, they break back outside. You're out of position, right? You only want to do it in certain coverages. 2-man where you got help over top, right? Or you got somebody in the middle, right? But you don't want to be doing it where you're doing it where cover 0 or cover 1. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, you're losing your leverage. You're giving away. You're trying to jump something. They run the opposite way. So use it when you have help over top, but try not to rely on that. You know what I'm saying? Try not to rely on that. Just focus on your technique and do that. So, boom. All right. So, end the stream. Y'all stay blessed, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace. I gotta figure out what's going on with TikTok though. What the heck? Why is my chat not? Boom, boom.